Good morning, second grade. We're looking at our math lesson today. We're looking at lesson 136, and that would be pages 271 and 272. I have Spidey here today, and he is going to do a floss while we go through our 13 addition family and our 13 subtraction family. I'm going to do an alligator chomp. I can't do flossing very well, so I'm going to do that, but you can choose whatever action you want to do. So we'll go through the 13 family, and then addition, and then the subtraction. Follow with me, please, and make sure you say it. 0 plus 13 equals 13. 1 plus 12 equals 13. 2 plus 11 equals 13. 3 plus 10 equals 13. 4 plus 9 equals 13. 5 plus 8 equals 13. 6 plus 7 equals 13. 7 plus 6 equals 13. 8 plus 5 equals 13. 9 plus 4 equals 13. 10 plus 3 equals 13. 11 plus 2 equals 13. 12 plus 1 equals 13. 13 plus 0 equals 13. All right, and let's get to the subtraction part. I'm going to move this over so Spidey can still be seen. Let's try to just move that a little. All right, so let's go ahead and do that chart. All right, ready, begin. 13 minus 0 equals 13. I'm going to shoot a hoop. 13 minus 1 equals 12. 13 minus 2 equals 11. 13 minus 3 equals 10. 13 minus 4 equals 9. 13 minus 5 equals 8. Spidey, say it. 13 minus 6 equals 7. 13 minus 7 equals 6. 13 minus 8 equals 5. 13 minus 10 equals 3. Oops, we missed one. 13 minus 9 equals 4. What'd you drop? 13 minus 10 equals 3. 13 minus 11 equals 2. 13 minus 12 equals 1. 13 minus 13 equals 0. Good job.
I got my service.
Oh, and then the next thing I want to look, we're going to count by fours to 48. Now I know a lot of you really have been struggling with that, and you're skipping 3 numbers, and then the next number, the 4th number would be your answer. So say it with me, please. You can jumping jacks if you want. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. And let's do it again, and you can go ahead and shoot a web like Spidey. Ready, begin. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. And then you should be able to say it without looking, and we'll clap it out. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Good job. You can have a seat. Now, in our lesson today, we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of different things. Today, we're specifically going to talk about division. Now, we've talked about division before. It is the twin to our multiplication problems. So if I said 6 times 2 equals 12, the division would be the opposite. Let me give an addition problem and have we'll have Spidey give me the subtraction problem. So if I said 5 plus 6 equals 11, what would my subtraction problem be, Spidey? 5 plus 6 equals 11. Say it nice and loud.
5 minus 6.
You should use the numbers 5, 6, and 11. So make it opposite. 11 minus 6 equals 5. So it's the opposite. Same thing for multiplication. If I have 5 times 2 equals 10, that's my multiplication, and this is my answer. This is my product. The division is the exact opposite. So we start with the biggest number first. What's the biggest number that you see? Can you point to it, Spidey? What? All right, and he's showing me 10. So I start out with my biggest amount, and I'm dividing them by 2. So each group is going to have 2 in it, and the answer will tell me how many groups I'm going to have. So I'm going to have 5 groups, and there will be 2 in a group. So I have some frogs here, and I'm going to ask for Spidey to count up my frogs. So Spidey, count up my frogs. Count up nice and loud. You better show them. How many did you see there? Let's see, let's count them out. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should have counted out 10. Good job if you saw 10 frogs. Now, why did you choose frogs? Well, thanks for asking me. For the month of April, I usually talk about frogs and toads. So we spend our whole month discussing frogs and toads. So I thought today would be nice to have a picture of some frogs. So, yes, Spidey. Spidey would like me to do toads next time, so I think I will. I'll tell you one fact about a frog since we're talking about it. Frogs have smooth, slippery skin. So if you've ever picked up a frog, he kind of slips out of your hand. That is one thing that is different from a frog and a toad. A toad has rough, bumpy, dry skin. So today we're going to use our frogs here. Now, we said there were 10, so that is the beginning of my division problem. Now, there are 2 different ways to write a division problem. You can write it this way, writing it horizontal, or you can use it with a box, and your answer, your biggest number, goes in the box. Now this is telling us what we're counting by. Spidey, what are we counting by? 2s. He said we're counting by 2s. So that means I'm going to have 2 in each group. Spidey needs to sit still. He's knocking stuff over. 2 in each group, and then we'll decide how many groups we have. So Spidey, go ahead and take your frogs and put 2 frogs in a group. And while he does that, I'm going to clean up the mess he made. So go take our frogs and put 2 frogs in a group. Can you put 2 frogs in each group? All right, so I see 1 group of frogs. Yep, I see a group there. Did you put all the other ones in 2 groups? Here's 1 group of 2. Alright, so he took another, he's having a hard time. Okay, he has another group. Okay, good. Here's another group of 2. I need all of my frogs, Spidey, to be in 2 groups. Can you go ahead and stand and put the rest in 2 groups? Okay, here's another group of 2. Good. And you can just keep those in a group. Oh, alright, good job. I like how he's putting them right in order. Good. And you can put those up at the top probably. Good. Now, I can look at my division problem. I can count by 2s till I get to 10, and that will tell me how many that I should have had for groups of 2. So let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you should have had 5, or you also know that half of 10 is 5. So let's see if Spidey put our frogs into, if we have 5 groups. Count the groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you see 5 groups? Spidey, did you see 5 groups? He says yes. So 5 groups. So 5 would be my answer. So I could put 5 for both of those. So anytime you see your division problem, this is what you're counting by. That's how many are in each group. And the answer is how many groups that you would have. Remember, division is the total amount. So it's the total amount, and we're separating them into smaller groups. Multiplication is different. You have small amounts, and then you're figuring out how many total. So it's the opposite. Now, the next thing that I want to look at, I have this number, 23,459. I'm going to ask Spidey to come up and to circle the number in the tens place. Up here. circled 2 numbers. The last time I checked, we have to figure out our families, so let me write it again. Oh man, we're falling apart here, just leave it. All right, so let's see. Go ahead and stand, Spidey. So let's check our houses. When we're not sure, Spidey, come on over here. Let's go over our houses. So this house is house number, this is the ones place. What house is the next house is the, now we found it, tens. So it should be ones, tens, hundreds, we don't circle it, thousands, and then this place you should have said, did you say 10,000? Good job. Now let's look at our next number. Spidey, can you circle the number in the thousands place? And I'll give you a hint. The thousands place is always, we're down here, always next to the comma. So let's go through it again. Look at me. I want you to wait and pay attention first. You're not thinking through. All right, so let's go through our houses. We're looking for the thousands. So you have, did you say ones? What's the next place? Spidey, tell me the place. Tens. Nope, we don't say the fives place. Ones, tens, hundreds, and then this place is the thousands place. Can you circle the number in the thousands place? Good job. He circled the 8. Excellent. All right, Spidey, I'm going to give you a thermometer. Spidey's getting a thermometer, and then I'm going to add a thermometer onto my board here. So on the board, I have our thermometer, and this is on your math page for today. If you look at your math page for today, number 6, you'll see that down there they have a problem that looks like this, and they asked you to find this amount. What amount is this? What amount is this? Now remember, we're always counting. We start counting by tens, and then we stop at the tens mark at our thing. All right, just a second. Sorry about that, I had to talk to my child. All right, so let's look here. We have our tens place. We count all the way up to Ben. What place value? What is this? All right, so he says it is 30, and then the very next line we count by 2s, 32. So it is 32 degrees. Is it warm out 32? Can we take our sweaters off? Or if it's 32 degrees, is it cold? It's very cold. We're chilly. That's the freezing point of water. Now look at the next one. The next one, Spidey's going to put his thermometer to 71 degrees. Go ahead and take your thermometer to 71 degrees. Let's see if he gets it right. So he's at 70. Do we go to 72? Do we go up to the next line? Nope, we don't. Oh, he's right. He put it right in the middle, so you can take it closer and show them. Good job. So it should have been right in the middle. Good job, he showed you. Excellent. All right, and then the last one you're going to do on your own. Now, of the 3 temperatures, one of them is really, really hot. Did you choose the first choice, the second choice, or the third choice? Which temperature on the thermometer was really hot? I hope you chose the third choice because that was very, very hot. Now the last thing that I want to look at on the board here is our borrowing. Now I notice some of you still have been forgetting to check to see if you need to borrow. So let's look at this problem. 0 is smaller than 3. I cannot take 0 away from 3, but I can't borrow from the tens place or the hundreds place. Can I borrow from the thousands place? Spidey says yes. So he's going to cross out the 4. Good, and he made this 10. Now you start over again. Can I borrow from the tens place? Nope. Can I borrow from the hundreds place? Yes. So he'll cross out the 10 and he's left with 9. Borrow, add. I hope you added. Good. And this problem will be in your book. It is number 2 in your book, the third problem. Okay, now, Spidey, can we borrow from the tens place? He says yes. So he'll borrow, and now it becomes 10. Now he'll go ahead and subtract it out, and then you check your answers with his to see if it's correct. 10 minus 3, he said 7. 9 minus 6, 3. 9 minus 4 equals, you should have said 5. And then 4 minus 2, your answer is 2. The last thing that we want to do, there are 4 numbers, so we do 1, 2, 3, and we always put a comma. Did you put a comma there? Good job. So your answer should have been 2,537. Now the last thing that I want to talk to you about before we play our math game, I noticed that on some of your papers, when you have the vertical problems, 47 minus, let's do 19. All right, so let's see, when you see a problem written vertically like that, I want you to notice, remember the rule. The first thing that you do is you underline the number in the ones place. Okay, so we underline the 7 and the 9 because in 47, 7's in the ones place. In 19, 9 is in the ones place. Now it's just like writing it up and down, vertically. Okay, 7 is smaller than 9. So I cannot take 7 away from 9, I have to borrow. I go to the 4, cross it out, I'm left with 3, and now this becomes 17. 17, still subtracting from the ones place. 17 minus 9 is 8. 3, this is the tens place, minus 1 is, okay, Spidey's going to write it in, 2. And you can do it the same way here. I cannot take 7 from 9, so I'm left with 3. 17, same answer. This is just a way to write it vertically. So parents, if you see that, that's one thing that they need to make sure that they are doing on that problem. All right, so the last thing that I want to talk about is we're going to go ahead and play our game. We're going to play our math game. So today, it's secret code. So you have to remember the answer that I give to you. Now remember, I'm always going to show the number in front, and then when I say equal, you shout out the answer before Spidey does. All right, so here's our first one. So remember that in your mind. Remember, we're going to do 3 numbers. Keep that in your mind. Second one. Equal. Say it out loud. If you know it.
10.
Let's try it again. Here's your first one. You have to remember just the number. So remember that answer. You should have said in your mind 6. This one you should have said 14. And this one 11. So you should have said 6, 14, 11. Let's try the next one.
Dude, you gotta be good. You gotta be
Just a second.
dude. You gotta have a tail-death ratio, bro.
So sorry, I have boys who just won't stop. They like to be loud when they play video games. Okay, so here's our next one. 7 plus 7. All right. Here's our next one. 4 plus 9. And the last one, 2 plus 11.
13.
You gotta remember 3 numbers, so you should have said 14, 13, 13. 14, 13, 13. Shake. All right, here's our next one. Okay, here we go. 3 plus 6. 6 plus 4. Remember that answer? 7 plus 3. Did you know the answers? 3 plus 6. 6 plus 4. 7 plus 3. You should have said 9, 10, 10.
Yeah.
Good job. But you're not saying it, Spidey. Spidey needs to get on the ball. All right, here's the next one. 7 plus 2. 4 plus 5. 8 plus 2.
10, 9, and 9.
9, 9, 10. All right,
Ah.
good. Okay, now Stan, now we're going to go ahead and just see who can say the fastest answer. See if you can beat Spidey. All right, ready? See if you can beat him.
8, 13, 16, 8,
12.
12,
10 plus 3.
13,
6 plus 2.
8,
8 plus 2.
10,
7 plus 9. 16.
16.
3 plus 8.
11,
4 plus 6.
10,
3 plus 8. 11. 6 plus 9. 6 plus 9 equals 15. 11 plus 4. 11 plus 4
plus
equals.
4, what?
I'm sorry, 11 plus 5. Sorry. 11 plus 5 equals
7,
16.
Nice.
6 plus 6.
10,
She's
12.
at 12. Good. All right. So now we're going to do our subtraction. This is a little bit harder, but just remember how you say it. If you say it and try not to count backwards, that should help you. 11 minus 6 equals. Try not to count. Should say 5.
6,
11 minus 6 equals 5. 14 minus 9 equals
8,
5. 15 minus 1 equals
14,
8 minus 6 equals 2.
14,
12 minus 12 equals
0,
12 minus 9 equals
4,
3. 11 minus 4 equals, good job, 7. 15 minus 14 equals, should have said 1, and we'll do one more, last one. 9 minus 4 equals,
5.
good. Now, if you still are struggling with your subtraction facts, get those flashcards and have mom and dad quiz you over them so that you know those facts. You should know them. That's all that we have for today. All the other things on your math page you should do on your own. Have a great day. And Spidey says, peace out.